This is the majority of the wood that we're gonna need for our ceiling and our bed.
So we cut the wood to the right measurements, we put a clear coat on it, and we finished installing the slats for our bed. So there's all of our slats. The bed's currently extended, and the mattress pretty much fit perfect. This week we install the final panel on the sliding door, and we also get our ceiling done. Start to finish, lights installed, everything. So we're really excited about that. So we hope you enjoy this week's episode, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here.
So we're cutting out basically the panel that goes on our sliding door right now. We have the final sheet of 1/4-inch birch that we might have to cut. I say final sheet, it's the last sheet we have here in our inventory of wood. So anyway, the rest of this is gonna be basically our ceiling for the van. We have a lot of the ceiling already cut. Stay tuned for that. And anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get the jigsaw going. Let's knock this one out.
Nice, good job. This is our like sliding door panel. I'm gonna sand it, paint it, and then we'll install it on the sliding door, and that will be it for panels, I believe, like side door, back door panels. So let's get to it. Okay, so I finished painting that wall that is going on the sliding door right there. So I'm going to put it on, and another project will be done. And the wall is complete. So we've been using these same kind of finish bolts. I don't know if you can see them. They look very good. We've used them on the switch panel to hold those on, so it's just kind of a consistent theme. We've also used them on these panels up here. So the sliding door is complete, which is awesome. Welcome back. It is the next day. I am going to be painting everything. I actually have a painting and staining checklist. So that is my checklist, because I'm the painting queen. So Nick is helping his dad with a few things this morning. So I'm going to start painting everything. So I have a fire going, so it kind of warms up in here hopefully because it's a bit chilly. But that's my plan for the day. So painting montage, here we go.
So I'm back. We are now trying to work on our ceiling, kind of. Becky did a great job. She got everything, almost everything that we had ready for painted. So we're gonna try to kind of mock up our ceiling panel today. This is the backdrop that's actually gonna be bolted to the ceiling of the van. So I'm not quite sure if this is how you're supposed to do it, but the way that we are going to do the ceiling is that this basically gets bolted to the roof, to the metal of the van, and then those pieces of wood, the accent pieces that match the butcher block, simply get nailed and glued to it. They're not there for structure, they're just for show. So they don't actually tie into the metal of the van. Only this board does. Anyway, it's enough blabbering. Let's see if we can't transfer some measurements around this board, hopefully get some straight lines, and then we're gonna try to install it. So we're just gonna go for it. Let's let's see how we make out.
Well, we finished staining. Some of the boards, like this one, like I don't know if it's just the grain of the wood and how it picked up the stain. It honestly, we're not super happy with it. So this was the second one we did, and it made us a little nervous that they were all gonna turn out like that, but they didn't. They've all kind of got like slight imperfections in certain places, but we're super happy with that, and we only have to use one of the weird boards, and one of them we don't have to use. So that's the update. So we're gonna let these sit overnight and decide if we put a clear coat top on them or not.
Just for comparison here. Oh, bending over. This is the pine, the colored pine that we actually started with. So you can tell when we put like an untreated or an unstained piece of pine on top, you can really tell how dark and gray that this color is that we actually put on here.
And these are our floors.
Right. And that's our flooring. So that's the floor. That was the original color of the wood. And that's what we're left with.
And this is also really close to our countertop. It's like lighter than our floor, but it's like almost the exact same as the countertop.
So we kind of picked the in-between. We didn't want to go as dark as the floor because then we just thought that the space would feel kind of dark and smaller. So anyway, we're actually gonna go to bed now though. It's like, I don't even know what time it is.
10:09.
Yeah, 10 after 10. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. It is cold. It's colder inside than it is outside. So it's cold. We stained all the wood last night. It looks really good. I'm gonna pick up.
honestly barely tell.
I'm gonna pick up the worst piece to show as an example.
Yeah.
It looks really good though. You know what? I'm happy with it. I think Becky's happy with it. Are you happy with it?
I'm happy with it.
So we're gonna cut the new section for the ceiling, just the remaining 3 feet. Becky's gonna paint that. And then we're gonna bring everything in here and we're gonna lay it down and we're gonna glue and nail these boards onto our white backdrop for our ceiling.
It might be easier to do it downstairs.
Might be. We'll do it somewhere. So anyway, we're gonna do that. That's the plan. And we'll catch up with you after that. We just cut is this piece here. It's kind of, well, it's not kind of, it is quite a bit shorter. You can see the seam in it right here. So what our plan is to kind of join these two together with probably just another piece of scrap just on the back. And this isn't really structural. This is just more so to make it easier to work with. And then we're gonna flip the whole thing upside down because this right now is actually the back side. This is what's gonna be against the ceiling of the van. So we're gonna flip this back over. We need to paint this. That one is painted on the other side. And then we're gonna glue and nail, maybe put a couple screws to hold our pine to the ceiling. Then the whole thing goes up in the van and hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it holds up, and this is kind of our plan. So let's keep going. Oh my. Well, iced coffees, lots of pine that's already stained, and the white backdrop. This can only mean one thing, Bex.
We're finally doing our ceiling.
It is ceiling day. Becky sounds very unamused, probably because we've been putting this day off for a very long time, and we're finally doing it.
Yay.
So, as you can see, ceiling's all painted. That section, that's a full 8-foot piece of plywood. It's cut a little bit width-wise, but 8 feet long. Then we had to put on about another 3 feet. So basically these screws, they're going to be underneath the pine slats. You'll never see those. So this is kind of where we're starting, I guess. We're going to basically take our pine, put it down, glue the backside, and then nail it on. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes really well. They don't ever fall off. And yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get started here. We got the GoPro going. Let's switch to GoPro. Well guys, we messed up. Ceiling's not gonna work. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually really good. It turned out almost perfect. There's 2 little mistakes in here, and that's it. And
What are the 2? Oh, I see them.
both the only 2 nails that came through not on a board were literally aimed at the exact same board. So somebody was off in their measurement. So anyway, we're looking really good though. We're actually gonna leave. So this is the last board here, and it would just go like that just to finish the ceiling. We're actually gonna leave this last board off, only because it goes right in front of the sliding door in the van. So we kind of think that if we leave it off, we might be able to somehow wrap fabric around it, and put it potentially under this board and then nail the board on from inside the van. We're still trying to figure out a really clean way that we can trim around the sliding door basically. So we've got to figure it out on the sides. We just got to figure out the top. So we're kind of thinking this might be the answer. So anyway, we're actually going to take it all inside the garage now. We're going to put some moving blankets down on the floor, and we're just going to put it directly upside down, and then just try to maybe put some screws just in behind. So every one of these, oh man, each board probably has about 30 air nails in it, but I mean, air nails are just straight spikes. There's really no structure to them. So kind of hoping that maybe if we put a screw everywhere every once in a while in these boards, it might help hold the wood together. I don't really know, but you know what? We're gonna do it anyway. So
Into the garage we go.
Fan's
Done.
good. I gotta just trim the back here.
Yeah.
This thing might fit. Oh, we gotta drill our holes for our ceiling plates. measurements.
These are our lights. They're so tiny and cute. And we marked out where they're all going. Hopefully we did that right.
Hope so. Our whole sock kit had everything from a 3/4 inch hole to a 2.5 inch hole, but it does not have a 2 1/4 inch hole. We needed a 2 1/4 inch hole. So anyway. Found the best seat in that house, accompanied by my brand new ceiling. And this is pretty nice. This ceiling looks pretty dope, I will admit. I know we made it, so we're gonna say that. So anyway, we're gonna try to get our lights installed. We have all of them. They're just little puck lights, but as you can see, there's lots of wires right hanging out. So we gotta solder every one of these because we don't have any butt connectors. Let's get these lights installed.
Look at, and they did. Look at that. Cool.
Well, there you go, folks. The switch that you watched me wire 2 months ago
It actually works.
is finally being used.
We actually did test these.
So, no, this looks really nice. Honestly, it's quite nice and bright in here. And we still have 2 more lights that are gonna actually be in here.
It's very bright.
Plus some under cabinet lighting here just to help aid with the kitchen. And honestly, after seeing this light, I'm glad we got the under cabinet lighting because I think it's gonna be quite nice in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
yeah, so we just gotta get our 2. These are gonna be on another circuit, so we're gonna call them our entryway lights. So basically what we have here is we have 2 lights above the door. We have the strip of 4 right above my head here. And then we have the 2 above the bed next to the vent. So those are 3 separate circuits. So we have a lot of lighting in here, a lot of different options, and they're all dimmable. No,
Cool.
This looks sweet. And you just tap it twice and it'll go right back to full brightness.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
2 more lights to wire, so let's wire those now. Final lights are installed.
This looks really nice.
It's kind of hard to get them on
Quite
camera,
bright.
but it is very bright. So we have 8 in total.
Plus under cabinet lighting.
Plus under cabinet lighting. It
Now,
looks really good.
it looks really good. Now we are going to start. Cabinet trim can be done here now, really. I'm going to have to figure out what we're doing for ceiling there and at the very back. Got to put a little patch on this wall right there because there's just it's missing a piece of wood on the right side there. But other than that, I think we're like almost ready to start the kitchen. We're getting close.
Other than that, you said a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, let's see. What have we done so far? We
Okay, good night,
took out van
everybody.
seats,
We'll see you
stripped
in the
the
morning.
interior, ran all the wires, figured out how to do
Bye.
it.
I'm gonna stop recording.
We don't have that much left.